Welcome to Single Serve in Excel. Today we're going to talk about slicers and pivot tables. We will again be using the Metal Bands 2017 dataset, which you can download by clicking on the link in the description below. Also, this pivot table is in the classic pivot table layout. On how to change a pivot table to the classic layout, click on the link below for that tutorial. So what are slicers? They are a graphical tool used for filtering the data in a pivot table. Instead of filtering your data by selecting and unselecting checkboxes, you use slicers. Slicers float over the worksheet as a graphical object. To use slicers, click on any cell in the pivot table to enable the pivot table contextual menu. Then click on the Analyze tab. Then click the Insert Slicer command button in the filter group. Excel then displays the Insert Slicers dialog box containing all the fields in the pivot table. Select the boxes for all the fields you want to filter the pivot table for before clicking OK. We will select Style and Formed. Click OK to accept these changes. Let's organize these two slicers so Style is on top and Formed is right below that. Since we have Style as a slicer, we could remove it from the Filter section in the Pivot Table Fields box. Let's click on Alternative in the Style slicer. Now the pivot table looks like the way we had it before. And if you notice in the Form slicer, all the years that are not available to you in the dataset are in a paler shade. Let's click on 1997 to see which bands were formed in 1997 in the Style alternative. And the band is from Japan and the name is Durin Gray. Let's say we want to remove the 1997 filter from the Form slicer. To do this, simply click on the top right button of that slicer called Clear Filter. And now 1997 is no longer applied to that filter. But let's say we also want to analyze multiple styles of music, not just alternative. To do this, make sure the button called MultiSelect is enabled, and now select the other styles of music that you would like to analyze. You'll now see that the pivot table displays the 6 styles of music that we have selected. You'll notice that slicers gives your pivot table more of a dashboard feel. This is really good if you're going to send a report to somebody who's not very familiar with pivot tables. This will allow them to navigate the data in a much more user-friendly way. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave a comment in the section below. Also, like and subscribe and click the bell icon for updates on new videos.